Hi, it's Katrina. From a ball of fire worth a fortune to a mysterious Roman necropolis, plus you'll never guess what scientists have been finding in seals' noses, here are 10 of the most surprising discoveries in unexpected places. Number 10. Meteorite Crash. Scientists have been left speechless following the crash of a meteorite onto some surprise guy's driveway in England. This was a seriously unexpected discovery. The fireball came down from the night sky, crashed into the driveway, and was later found by the owner of the property. The man said he heard some rattling the night of the meteorite impact, but didn't know what it was until the next morning. When he went outside, he started finding fragments of the incredibly rare space rock all over the place. Over the next few days, he collected and bagged bits of the meteorite from his driveway and garden, then took the fragments to the Natural History Museum to see what he was dealing with. This was the first time since 1991 that space rock was collected in the United Kingdom. The researchers quickly identified it as carbonaceous chondrite, saying it could even provide insight as to how the solar system looked during its formation over 4 billion years ago. Professor Sarah Russell with the museum said that only 51 such meteorites have been found on Earth, making the space rock rarer than just about anything. Even more amazing is that there are 2 space programs collecting these same types of rocks out in the solar system, with OSIRIS-REx bound to return to the planet with 60 grams of rocks in 2023. This guy found 300 grams of the rock, and he didn't even go to space. I know you were wondering, but no information has yet been released on how much money the man could get for his meteorite fragments. But seeing how rare they are, it will probably be a lot. Number 9. Roman Necropolis. Excavations in Slovenia have revealed a late Roman necropolis with over 350 mysterious skeletons. The excavations were ongoing for about a year, right in the middle of the street after evidence of the necropolis was found during road work. For 12 months, traffic was diverted to allow archaeologists space as they worked. Lanes closed and it caused a bit of a turmoil. But for pedestrians walking by, it was pretty exciting, since they could follow the archaeologists' progress as they went to work or school. And right before the deadline came up, archaeologists found yet another structure, an early Christian church by the cemetery. The Roman necropolis was built back when the empire had an outpost here in Slovenia called Emona. So far, there have been over 40 stone sarcophagi unearthed, as well as a more complex tomb. The burials date back to between the 4th and 5th centuries, a time when the Roman Empire was already predominantly Christian. Surprisingly, the archaeologists found grave goods in a few of the burials, which is strange because once Christianity took hold, the practice of burying people with their valuables all but stopped. This just shows how long it took for Romans to give up their old ways and fully convert to the new religion. One of the most impressive artifacts found was a glass bowl inscribed in Greek inside the sarcophagus of a woman. Archaeologists believe she was probably an important member of society, perhaps even a nun. Her skeleton was found with cloth threaded with gold, in what seems to be the most ornate grave in the entire site. Number 8. Snake legs. Did you know that snakes used to have legs? If not, you aren't the only one. Scientists have recently uncovered fossilized snakes that actually had legs, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. They are now struggling to understand how snakes turned into snakes millions of years ago, losing their legs and becoming the slithering serpents we know them as today. They are still trying to figure out if snakes evolved from normal lizards or from weird ocean reptiles. Using X-ray technology, scientists inspected the fossil to get a better look at the snake's anatomy, particularly the anatomy of its legs. They rendered 3D images that revealed the internal structure of the leg bones, coming to the conclusion that they most likely resemble the legs of modern lizards. There haven't been a lot of these fossils found. In fact, there are only 3 fossils in the world of snakes with leg bones. The newest fossil was found embedded in the rock in Lebanon, and it's been dated back 95 million years. The snake measures about 20 inches, with its legs less than an inch long. They were just little baby legs, probably inherited by the snake's earlier form as a lizard. However, scientists still don't know exactly which lizard led to the evolution of the snake, or why it even happened. Number 7. The biggest handmade drawings. Scientists have uncovered the largest handmade drawings ever made by human hands. And no, I promise it's not the Nazca lines carved 2,000 years ago in the Peruvian desert. The Nazca lines are incredible depictions of plants, animals, and figures, some up to 30 miles long. But this recent discovery was made in the Thar Desert of India, a world away, and it's even larger than what was found in Peru in the 1930s. A father and son were the ones to identify these huge handmade drawings. They spotted 8 individual sites scattered in the Thar Desert in Rajasthan, linear figures that look just like geoglyphs. The father and son duo made their discovery using Google Earth, so it could have been a trick of perspective, but it's actually legit. After identifying the lines, researchers went to the site and used a drone to conduct a survey. They found a massive spiral, the impossibly huge drawing of a serpent, and even memorial stones at key points where lines intersect. The designs are elaborate and in total cover a larger space than any other collection of geoglyphs in the world. They are also the first of their kind discovered in India. Researchers suggest they once covered an area of 50 miles. Even with the geoglyphs identified, researchers have no idea who made them. Perhaps a community of desert farmers or hunters. They might only be around 150 years old, but the lines haven't been professionally dated yet. Nobody in the area knows who built them either, making it a huge mystery. Number 6. Seals with eels in their noses. Speaking of huge mysteries, young seals have been getting eels stuck up their noses, and scientists can't figure out why. This is one of the weirder, unexpected discoveries of the year. The Hawaiian monk seal research program has been finding Hawaiian monk seals with eels literally jammed up their nostrils. Up until recently, there had only been a few cases of this happening, according to Charles Littman, a conservation biologist. But recently, it's been happening with more frequency. Specifically, the seals are getting the eels stuck in their right nostril more often. The researchers don't have the slightest clue why. But how does this affect the seal? And for that matter, how does it even happen in the first place? Researchers believe that it has something to do with how lazy the seals are. They don't really like hunting for food, preferring to find meals that are hiding and easy to catch, like eels. So when the seals root around in the sand of coral reefs looking for animals that are hiding, they go after the eels. These eels might be jamming themselves purposely up the noses of the seals in self-defense, then getting stuck. Even grosser is that the seals might be barfing up the eels, causing them to squirt out their right nostril, kind of like if you spit up a noodle of spaghetti. Unfortunately, an eel in the nose is a death sentence. The seals can't breathe properly, and once the dead eel begins to rot, the bacteria could infect the seal and make it deathly ill. Luckily, researchers have been paying attention and removing the eels whenever they find them stuck in some poor young seal's nose. Number 5. World War II dog tags. A 13-year-old boy named Max was out on a hike when he discovered a dog tag over 7 decades after it went missing. It was the dog tag of an Australian soldier who fought during World War II. Discovered in Lake District in England, Max came across what he at first thought was a dog collar. He saw metal sticking out from under a stone and investigated. He quickly realized he was holding on to somebody's dog tag. Inscribed on the tag was the name W.E. Wills. Max wanted to get to the bottom of the mystery. With help from his mother, he took to social media and posted details of the long-lost item. Before long, the owner was identified as Private William Ernest Wills, an airman who had been stationed in Britain during the war. He worked at an airbase just a couple miles from where the dog tag was found. The tag is even made from a piece of a British coin minted in 1917. The year the soldier was born. But from here, the story gets tragic. Max and his mother found out that even though the soldier returned home from the war alive, he died shortly thereafter from a car accident at the age of 43. Still, Max was able to ship the dog tag to the soldier's daughter, who was both emotional and thrilled to receive this piece of her father's history. I'd be thrilled too, wouldn't you? And now for number 4, but first, it's shout-out time! Thanks so much to Elizabeth Burns and Thomas Jones for supporting Origins Explained. We wouldn't be here without people like you, so big shout out to both of you, and if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell for more videos about amazing discoveries. Number 4. Aliens in Antarctica. In Antarctica, there may be a secret alien bunker hiding in plain sight. As outrageous as that sounds, something that resembles a mysterious base has been discovered on the continent thanks to Google Earth. As you may already know, Antarctica has been frozen for many thousands of years, which to many people means that the base must have been around before humans even started building cities. This begs the question, what were aliens doing building a base in Antarctica thousands of years ago, and how could it have influenced humanity? The base hasn't been 100% confirmed as real, of course. After all, the discovery was made looking at satellite images. In the images, there is clearly some kind of entrance located on the side of a snowy hill, seemingly unveiled thanks to melting snow and ice. There also appear to be tubes hidden beneath the ice, suggesting some kind of ventilation system. The base is also enormous, stretching for miles. If it does turn out to be real, the base likely could have contained an entire alien city. If it isn't an alien base, perhaps it's some sort of top-secret project, or just an optical illusion. There are others who claim the base isn't alien at all, but actually man-made. Perhaps the leftover ruin of some great civilized city that prospered on Antarctica before it was frozen. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments below. Number 3. Message in a bottle. A boat captain has discovered the unexpected. She found a legitimate message in a bottle in Michigan that dates back nearly 100 years. Captain Jennifer Dowker runs shipwreck tours through the waterways of Michigan. She's seen a lot of things in her life, but this was the first time she found an actual message stuffed inside of a bottle. She found the bottle while cleaning the windows of her glass-bottom boat completely by accident. After opening up the message, she was shocked to see that it was written in 1926. But who wrote the message, and what did it say? The small note requested that whoever discovered the bottle return the paper to someone named George Morrow Cheboygan. Considering how old the message is, that didn't seem like a very possible task. However, Dowker was able to track down George's descendants. After posting the story online, it went viral, and George's daughter, Michelle Primeau, reached out in response, even claiming to recognize her dad's handwriting. He was probably 17 when he wrote the note, before Michelle was even born. Michelle said he used to do this kind of thing all the time, even tossing a message in a bottle into Lake Huron during a camping trip. He died in 1995, but now Michelle has the long-lost note to remember him by. Number 2. Coins on the riverbank. In the Netherlands, a man with a metal detector discovered over 100 ancient Roman coins on the shore of the Aa River. It was quite a significant discovery, and after archaeologists got wind of it, they descended on the river in droves. An excavation ensued, resulting in the discovery of even more artifacts. Lisbeth Clays from Leiden University uncovered more coins, a bronze pendant from a horse's harness, and even some ancient axes. The coins discovered were minted sometime between 27 BC and 180 AD, but unfortunately for the fellow with the metal detector, the coins didn't prove to be very valuable. Historically significant, yes, but of pretty much no monetary value. But where did the Roman coins come from? That's the big question. Researchers believe they may have been tossed into the river on purpose by Romans who needed to cross it. They were basically offerings to whichever deity they believed controlled the river, allowing them to transport their valuable goods from one side to the other. Rivers were sacred in ancient Rome, and to not fall victim to bad luck or drowning, offerings needed to be made. Either that, or there was a troll who guarded the river, and all these coins were the toll paid for crossing it. Number 1. Native American remains. Construction in Columbus, Indiana has led to a shocking discovery of Native American remains that could be between 2,000 and 3,000 years old. Archaeology professor Christopher Schmidt has been analyzing the remains, but still can't figure out just who they came from. The bones were found by construction workers building a foundation for a new building behind the local jail. After they found bones, they contacted the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, who got archaeologists involved. It quickly became apparent that the bones are ancient, definitely from before Europeans ever settled in America. Unknown to those who built the prison, they did so on an ancient burial ground. They're lucky they haven't been haunted by poltergeists all this time. Along with the dead bodies, archaeologists found artifacts from the 1800s, suggesting the burial ground had been used as a settlement 300 years ago. The big issue now is trying to figure out who the bones belong to. The remains predate any known Native American tribe in the area, making this a tough one. They could be relatives of the Shawnee or the Potawatomi tribes, but nobody's really sure. They could go back even further. Thanks for watching! Which discovery did you like the most? Which one would you like to learn more about? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time! Bye!